Money isn't the only yardstick for happiness. Some stars clutch tens of millions in their hands, yet their everyday lives quietly shatter every illusion we hold about fame and fortune. They possess wealth large enough to buy private islands, but their days often unfold no differently from yours or mine. Behind the spotlight, these powerhouse black actresses lived modest, sometimes even frugally, like people just trying to get by. They rode public buses, cooked their own meals, wore well-worn clothes, hunted for bargains, and guarded every dollar as if it were pure gold. So brace yourself for the irony, because the 15 stories I'm about to share will pull back the curtain and lead you deep into the private worlds of these screen queens. Esther Rolle. Esther Rolle was a television legend who chose to live like a farmer in the shadow of Hollywood's glitter. To millions of Americans in the 1970s, she was unforgettable, the fierce yet tender matriarch of good times, a rock-solid black mother whose strength anchored an entire generation. But Rolle was more than a beloved TV face. She was a razor-sharp advocate for black dignity in entertainment, unafraid to challenge stereotypes even at the height of her fame. Awards crowned her career, yet fame never owned her soul. By 1998, with an estimated net worth of nearly $5 million, Esther Rolle still lived in the same modest wooden house in Pompano Beach, Florida, bought in 1975 and never renovated. The tin roof was sun-bleached, the windows clouded with age, the walls peeling like worn skin. She didn't care. Neighbors often saw her on the porch, calmly hand-washing clothes in a plastic tub, hanging them on a rusted wire line as if time had slowed just for her. She rode an old, creaking bicycle to the market, chatted warmly with vegetable vendors, then returned home to tend a small backyard garden. Her sky-blue Buick LeSabre, purchased in 1988, logged over 280,000 miles before she finally let it go. No endorsements. No lavish galas. No designer gowns. Esther declined every invitation to perform a version of herself for the spotlight. "I don't need a star on the boulevard," she once said. "I just need my neighbors to know my name." The words echoed louder than any applause Hollywood could offer. In a world obsessed with fame, Esther Rolle chose the ordinary. She chose quiet. She chose to protect her freedom in a place untouched by false sparkle. As the years faded into twilight, she grew more private, remaining in that aging house where life stayed simple and grounded. Her body aged, but her inner strength never bent. When Esther Rolle passed, she left in peace, like someone who had lived fully and truthfully by her own code. A giant star, shining softly, humbly, yet powerful enough to command respect from the world. Alfre Woodard. Alfre Woodard, the million-dollar star who quietly turned her back on excess. She stands among Hollywood's most respected black actresses, a performer whose resume is stacked with Emmy wins, Golden Globe recognition, and a spot on the New York Times list of the greatest actors of the 21st century. With an estimated net worth of $13 million, Woodard could easily disappear into gated estates and luxury garages. Instead, she chose a path that leaves people stunned. She lives as plainly as daylight, so unassuming that strangers rarely realize they're standing next to a global icon. Since 1994, Alfre has called the same modest three-bedroom apartment in Santa Monica home. She doesn't own it, she rents, paying $20,800 a month. No lavish decor. Just a few worn furnishings, softly faded walls, a scarred wooden dining table, and windows overlooking a quiet beachside street. Her only car is a silver 2012 Toyota Prius she's driven for years, its scratches held together with duct tape she never bothers to replace. Her closet is just as simple: 7 identical black dresses, a dozen pairs of canvas shoes. She trims her own hair with kitchen scissors. No stylists, no glam squad, no red carpet rituals. On weekends, she skips Hollywood's elite parties and instead cooks rice and black beans for 30 neighborhood kids, handing out meals herself at the door. She calls it her small joy. People stare in disbelief. In an industry fueled by noise and ego, a luminary like Alfre Woodard chooses quiet, closeness, and community. Some say she's living backward, but maybe she's the rare one moving forward, protecting real peace in a spotlight that devours it. While Hollywood chases glitter, She keeps her easy smile, hands scented with home-cooked food, and a heart anchored to the people around her. A star who could flaunt endless luxury, yet chooses humility and generosity. That's what sets Alfre Woodard apart, and what makes her unforgettable. Angela Bassett. A million-dollar icon living like the neighbor next door. Few figures loom larger in Hollywood than Angela Bassett. With unforgettable performances in What's Love Got to Do with It, Waiting to Exhale, and Black Panther, she carved out a legacy defined by raw power, razor-sharp beauty, and unshakable dignity. Her presence alone has come to symbolize the strength, grace, and resilience of Black women on a global stage. With a career valued at over $25 million, she could easily drown herself in luxury and excess, but that's never been her way. Since 1999, Angela and her husband, actor Courtney B. Vance, have quietly lived in a modest single-story home in View Park, Los Angeles. No gates, no mansion, just a small house with a front yard paved in cracked old bricks. No pool, no private gym, no flashy renovations. They once considered adding a second floor, but Angela shut it down with a smile. This is enough. Neighbors often see her walking the block in jeans and a t-shirt, coffee cup in hand, offering a warm smile like anyone else. Their only car? A 2015 Honda CR. Courtney drives, Angela rides shotgun. Together they run errands, hit the grocery store or Target, and scan sale tags like seasoned pros. Their weekly grocery bill rarely tops $80. No designer labels. No luxury handbags. As Angela puts it, real comfort comes from not having to prove anything to anyone. When summer rolls around, forget five-star resorts. Angela, Courtney, and their twins head for national parks. A four-person tent. A crackling campfire. Grilled salmon under the stars. Crickets replacing red carpets. It's a tradition she's kept for years, a way to stay grounded, to remember what truly matters, to find real quiet. The world sees Angela Bassett as elegance and power personified. But off-camera, she's simply herself, humble, grounded, and deeply authentic. In an industry obsessed with fame and fortune, she chose the opposite road. And maybe that's exactly what makes Angela Bassett so extraordinary, earning admiration not just for who she is on screen, but for how she lives when no one is watching. Cicely Tyson. A Hollywood legend who remained humble at the very peak of fame. Cicely Tyson stands among America's greatest screen icons, Oscar-nominated, winner of multiple Emmys, and a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Her life embodied strength, dignity, and pride for Black women everywhere. Yet behind the spotlight, Cicely's daily world held no glitz at all. From 1964 until her passing in 2021, she lived in the same modest two-bedroom Harlem co-op for more than half a century. An old building, no elevator. She climbed 4 flights of stairs every day, never complained, never dreamed of anything grander, even with a net worth of $10 million. That apartment was her sanctuary, where she wrote, read, and cooked her beloved lentil soup in a tiny kitchen, stirring it in a worn old pot. She owned no personal car, choosing instead to ride the subway like any other New Yorker, her pocket always carrying a $132 monthly Metro card. People often spotted her in crowded train cars, calm and composed, as if she had never been a star. Her blue wool coat, over 40 years old and patched 7 times, remained with her because, as she said, it was still good. Evenings found Cicely dining at a fold-up kitchen table, a steaming bowl of lentil soup before her, soft yellow light falling on a face that had graced hundreds of screens, big and small. No 5-star restaurants. No Michelin plates. And yet she savored every bite. Perhaps her greatest pursuit was never money, but serenity, something rare in Hollywood. Cicely Tyson proved that the truly great often choose the humblest paths. When she departed, she left behind not diamonds or titles, but a legacy of character and simplicity that made the world bow. Diahann Carroll. A beauty icon living a Hollywood paradox. She was the first Black actress to win a Golden Globe and receive an Oscar nomination, grace, intelligence, and class embodied. A trailblazer who cracked doors open for generations to come. With an estimated $20 million fortune and a career most could only dream of, everyone assumed she lived large. Mansions. The endless luxury. But Diahann Carroll quietly rewrote that narrative. For nearly 40 years, she rented a modest one-bedroom apartment in West Hollywood, paying $11,900 a month. No estate. No pool. No entourage. Just a cozy space with faded 80s walls and carefully kept memories. She once said she didn't need more room, only a place to sleep peacefully, listen to jazz, and breathe. Her cream-colored 1984 Mercedes 300D stayed with her for almost 2 decades, until it finally refused to start. Instead of upgrading to something flashy, she calmly replaced it with a 2002 Toyota Corolla. Image never mattered. Trends never tempted her. Diahann lived detached from the glittering world she once ruled. Even her refrigerator told a story that stunned people. 2 Greek yogurts inside, sometimes past the expiration date, yet still eaten. Still good, she'd say. Some called it extreme frugality. Others saw something deeper. A woman who believed nothing old was automatically worthless. Birthdays were simple. No champagne. No extravagant gifts. She baked her own pound cake, invited neighbors over, hugged, laughed, and sang old songs. A quiet joy, radically different from the red carpets she once commanded beside Hollywood's biggest names. Diahann Carroll lived between fame and simplicity. A woman who conquered Hollywood but rejected its arrogance. Her legacy isn't just stardom, it's the courage to live honestly in a world built on illusion. Pam Grier. Pam Grier. Hollywood's ultimate siren, then something no one saw coming. Once the undisputed action queen who shattered boundaries in blaxploitation cinema, she electrified the screen with fearless beauty, raw power, and unapologetic defiance. From Coffee to Foxy Brown, Pam Grier didn't just play bold women, she was bold womanhood incarnate, making Hollywood tremble with every frame. But when the lights faded, her real transformation began. In the early 2000s, Pam quietly walked away from the industry and vanished into the mountains of Colorado, settling alone on more than 2 acres of untamed land. No neighbors. No malls. No red carpets. She built a straw bale home powered by solar energy, completely off the grid. No TV, no internet, just the howl of the wind and the soft whinny of horses in the stable. She lived like a farmer, growing crops, raising livestock, calling it real life. Her trusted companion was a beat-up 1997 Ford F-150, its bed forever filled with hay for her horses. Each day, she drove to the farmer's market for seeds and feed, then headed back to the ranch. Her land held 3 cows, dozens of chickens, and a small sweet potato patch that supplied much of her daily meals. Dinner was simple: boiled eggs, potatoes, fruit, no excess, no indulgence. What stunned people most was her shoe collection. No heels. No designer pairs. Just 3 rubber boots, all patched with glue. To Pam, shoes didn't need to shine, they needed to work. After half a lifetime ruling red carpets, she now walked through mud on land she built with her own hands. The woman who once made Hollywood quake chose silence over applause, nature over fame. No cameras. No scripts. Just Pam Grier and the steady breath of the earth. Perhaps after years of being watched, she finally found freedom in being unseen. Whoopi Goldberg. A billionaire who rides the subway, takes the bus, lives in a modest apartment, and cleans it herself. Whoopi Goldberg is one of Hollywood's truly irreplaceable icons, the first black performer in history to conquer the full entertainment Grand Slam, an Oscar, Grammy, Emmy, and Tony. Her rise was anything but ordinary. She once made a living scrubbing corpses in a morgue before transforming herself into a fearless, sharp-witted star who shattered every rule the industry tried to impose. Yet the most surprising chapter of Whoopi's story is the life she chooses today. With a fortune estimated at $60 million, she lives in a small 2-bedroom Manhattan apartment where she vacuums, scrubs, and refuses hired help. Her closet? About a dozen identical Old Navy t-shirts, chosen simply because they fit well and wash easily. No diamonds. No designer handbags. No heavy makeup. Whoopi embraces a stripped-down simplicity, once saying that the longer you live, the more you realize luxury is just another kind of burden. She finds joy in the ordinary, cooking her own meals, mopping floors, changing light bulbs. There are no luxury cars or chauffeurs waiting outside. Instead, she takes the subway or city buses, canvas bag in hand, sitting quietly among everyday commuters, even during the chaos of rush hour. Most people don't notice that the woman staring out the window, braids streaked with gray, is the same star who once stood alongside cinematic legends. After her stop, she'll grab coffee or a quick bite from a street cart, anonymous and unbothered. In a world obsessed with excess, Whoopi Goldberg swims against the current, a screen queen who could command anything, yet chooses the raw beauty of a normal life. To her, true wealth isn't measured in fame or fortune, but in those simple, unfiltered moments most people overlook. Viola Davis, a Hollywood millionaire who lives nothing like one. While fame often flaunts excess, Viola Davis chooses restraint. An old wooden house, a modest car, 200 dishes washed by hand after every holiday meal. In American cinema, she stands as a symbol of grit and unbreakable strength, one of the rare black actresses to conquer the industry's holy trinity, an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Tony. Her rise from crushing poverty to the summit of Hollywood was forged through raw talent and relentless endurance, earning her global reverence. Yet life after wealth tells a quieter, more startling story. With an empire worth over $25 million, Viola still lives in a small wooden home in Rhode Island, a 3-bedroom house she bought back in 2005. She cooks on a 40-year-old gas stove that clicks and sputters before every flame. Each morning, she sweeps her own yard, brews her coffee, and neatly pins coupons to the fridge, not from need, but from habit. Every fold is precise, like preserving memories rather than saving money. Her only car? A 2014 Subaru Outback. Viola says she loves driving alone to the library, losing herself in books to steady her spirit after intense days on set. Despite her A-list status, she shops alone, waits in line like anyone else, and never orders deliveries. Holidays bring no luxury getaways or glittering galas. Instead, she cooks 15 pounds of black-eyed peas or potatoes for her local church, and after the feast, she stays behind to scrub over 200 plates by hand, never once complaining. To her, that is joy. People say Viola Davis could buy restaurant chains. Yet she still cooks in that scarred kitchen, using chipped pans, listening to that old stove tick before it ignites. There is no luxury in her life, only intention. In a world obsessed with glamour and illusion, Viola Davis remains grounded, fiercely simple, and loyal to the humility that carried her through the darkest chapters of her journey. Halle Berry. Halle Berry, the $90 million icon who still stitches her own torn car seat. Once Hollywood's fiercest symbol of beauty and breakthrough, she made history with an Oscar and opened doors for black actresses bold enough to challenge every limit. She walked red carpets beside the biggest names in the world, chased by cameras, praised by critics, and paid astronomical sums. Yet in the later chapters of her career, with a fortune exceeding $90 million, Halle Berry chose a quieter path. She lives in a modest single-story home tucked into Malibu. No pool, no towering iron gates, no cutting-edge security like her celebrity peers. Her backyard is alive with tomatoes and cucumbers, nearly 50 plants she personally planted and waters at dawn. Some mornings she slips on a straw hat and flip-flops, kneeling in the soil like a country girl far removed from Hollywood gloss. Her car? A 2010 Jeep Wrangler, its torn leather seat carefully hand-sewn by her own fingers. Many call it extreme frugality for a multimillionaire, but maybe Halle simply finds peace in self-reliance, not excess. She shops at Costco herself, pushing a cart stacked with toilet paper and bottled water. No assistants, no bodyguards, just another face in the crowd. On Friday nights, while the industry sparkles at lavish parties, Halle curls up alone on the couch, Netflix playing on an old 32-inch TV, snacking on homemade buttered popcorn. People assumed decades of fame would end in indulgence. Instead, Halle Berry finds joy in the scent of garden soil, the steady rumble of her old Jeep, the salty warmth of popcorn on her tongue. Her life is so simple it defies the Hollywood script. And that's exactly what makes her unforgettable. Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah. A self-made millionaire who teaches neighborhood kids how to ride bikes for free on weekends, and still cooks with a 30-year-old cast iron skillet. She stands among America's rare true power icons, leaving her mark on rap, R&B, film, and television alike. With Grammys, an Emmy, and a Golden Globe to her name, Latifah is a global, multi-hyphenate star. Yet once the cameras cut, her life quietly rewrites the rules of fame. Despite an estimated $70 million fortune, her lifestyle stays refreshingly grounded. She chose a modest 2-story brick home in New Jersey, where neighbors still call her Dana with easy familiarity. Inside those walls live habits shaped long before Hollywood ever called. Most mornings begin the same way, eggs and toast sizzling in a cast iron skillet she's owned for decades, the simple sound cutting through a world obsessed with excess. Her 2008 Cadillac Escalade isn't a status symbol, it's transportation. Big enough to pack in a youth basketball team, it's how she spends weekends ferrying kids around town. No driver, no entourage, just laughter echoing through the seats. On Saturdays, she hosts free bike riding and sports lessons for about 20 local kids. No sponsors. No cameras. Just Queen Latifah paying joy forward, the way someone once did for her. In the end, the glow of fame and million-dollar deals fades beside something richer: community, sincerity, and belonging. She blends in like any other neighbor, and that's exactly what makes her extraordinary. Queen Latifah proves you don't need to flaunt success to live well, and that real happiness often sounds like children laughing on a quiet weekend street. Octavia Spencer. Octavia Spencer, the Oscar-winning powerhouse with an estimated $14 million fortune, might be one of Hollywood's most celebrated actresses, yet her life off-screen tells a far quieter, more fascinating story. Known for performances that command awe and respect, she stands as a symbol of resilience, talent, and triumph over industry bias. But at the height of fame, Octavia chose humility in a world addicted to excess. In a city where luxury screams for attention, Octavia walks softly. She doesn't hide behind gated estates or entourages of security. Instead, she lives in a modest 2-room apartment in Toluca Lake, so unassuming that neighbors often can't believe an Oscar winner calls it home. Her mornings are simple, watering plants on her balcony, greeting the sunrise alone, then heading out the door. Her ride? A lime green 2016 Kia Soul with a Be Kind sticker on the back. Among LA's endless parade of Bentleys and Lamborghinis, that car sends a quiet message: she has nothing to prove. Her wardrobe is just as understated: 8 plain black dresses, 5 pairs of soft Crocs, and essentials that serve purpose, not spectacle. She dyes her own hair with an $8 box from the store. No private stylists, no glam squads waiting on standby. For Octavia, real freedom means refusing Hollywood's relentless pressure to perform perfection. Even her birthdays reflect that philosophy. No lavish wine tastings. No celebrity guest lists. Just close friends, a small table, fried chicken she cooked herself, and a cake from Dollar Tree. Amid the laughter and simplicity, her eyes shine with something far rarer than fame: peace earned by someone who's tasted greatness and still chose a grounded soul. Taraji P. Henson. Taraji P. Henson is the kind of star who can light up Hollywood and still wash her own car on a Sunday afternoon. An Oscar nominee and Golden Globe winner with a blazing resume of blockbuster hits, she's long been celebrated as a symbol of grit, talent, and fearless ambition. In an industry obsessed with excess, Taraji shattered ceilings and claimed her place at the top. Yet what surprises people most isn't her success, it's how beautifully ordinary her life remains. Despite a net worth many can't fathom, Taraji skips gated mansions and sprawling estates. She lives in a modest, single-story home in Chicago, preserving her grandmother's old bedroom exactly as it was, a sacred space where childhood memories linger and family remains her greatest treasure. Her 2012 Chrysler 300 has been her loyal companion for over a decade, and every week she still washes it by hand, bucket and suds, no luxury services in sight. At night, she cooks simple pasta with tomato sauce, a favorite carried over from her student days. Plate in hand, She sits at a backyard picnic table, eating as the sun dips low. While many imagine her surrounded by non-stop indulgence, Taraji finds peace in cooking, washing dishes, and letting old songs crackle from a worn radio. When summer comes, she skips exotic getaways and heads back to Maryland, crashing on her mom's sofa, reconnecting with her roots. She strolls quiet streets, runs small errands, chats with neighbors, who long ago stopped being shocked by an A-lister living so humbly. In a world dazzled by red carpets and diamonds, Taraji P. Henson chooses simplicity, family, and self-reliance. From her grandmother's bedroom to a Maryland sofa, from a soapy Chrysler to a backyard table at sunset, her life tells a powerful story. A woman both fierce and grounded, proving that true wealth lives in gratitude, humility, and the joy found in small, honest moments. Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer, the $10 million star who still pinches every penny. Beloved as an actress, singer, and TV host, she's carved out major roles, earned an Emmy, and become a symbol of fearless young talent breaking barriers. Yet offstage, Keke lives in a way that surprises almost everyone. Despite commanding an estimated $10 million fortune, she shuns flash and excess. Instead of a sprawling mansion, she rents a modest one-bedroom apartment in Atlanta for about $1,500 a month, a space that offers privacy, freedom, and a sense of normalcy far removed from Hollywood's glare. While her peers settle into million-dollar villas, Keke chooses white walls, a small room, and a window overlooking an ordinary street. She admires luxury cars but refuses to buy into them. Her daily ride is a used 2018 Lexus ES, slightly worn, a quiet reminder, even to herself, that she's still that awkward, real girl she's always been. Fans once urged her to upgrade to a Bentley, something worthy of her fame, but she only smiled and declined. To Keke, freedom matters more than flaunting. Even more shocking, her spending habits remain almost untouched by wealth. No designer splurges, no six-figure shopping sprees. She still shops at TJ Maxx, rarely spending more than $60, carefully weighing every purchase from groceries to clothes. This isn't about lacking money, it's about valuing it. In a Hollywood world where everything is inflated and indulgence is expected, Keke Palmer lives like someone determined not to lose herself to the glow, grounded, clear-headed, and quietly resisting fame's pull. Lupita Nyong'o. Lupita Nyong'o, the Oscar-winning actress who quietly turns her back on Brooklyn's relentless hustle. She stunned Hollywood with her soul-shaking performance in 12 Years a Slave, walking away with a Golden Oscar and global acclaim. Hailed as a symbol of beauty, resilience, and brilliance for African women everywhere, she has graced Met Gala carpets, dominated Vogue covers, and fronted luxury brands worldwide. With an estimated net worth in the tens of millions, many assume she lives wrapped in excess. Yet Lupita calls a tiny Brooklyn studio home. One bedroom, one window, no air conditioning, just an old rattling fan she's kept since her earliest days in the US. When New York summers suffocate the city, she reads scripts in the fan's faint, whirring breeze. Her closet holds 6 identical white t-shirts, hand-washed each night and hung on a narrow balcony. No designer wardrobes. No glam rooms. Just wooden hooks and a single worn pair of sneakers. Mornings bring no chauffeured cars. Lupita slips on a backpack, taps her Metro card, and rides the $2.75 B44 bus to the gym or the set. Strangers spot her in the rain, carrying weights, calm and unbothered. No security, no entourage, no walls between her and the world. Freedom, she says, is the truest luxury. Lunch is often a homemade sandwich eaten on a park bench. She skips fancy eateries and elaborate meals. Simple bread is enough. Even after her Oscar win in 2015, nothing changed. While the world imagined her life glowing brighter, Lupita proved that fame doesn't demand excess. Some say she's hiding, but maybe she's protecting the quiet version of herself, far from Hollywood's noise, where the fan keeps spinning and life unfolds in its simplest, most honest form. Issa Rae. Issa Rae, a $12 million star who paints her own walls, lives in old hoodies, and slips into worn white sneakers without a second thought. Actress, writer, and producer, Issa Rae took Hollywood by surprise with the breakout hit Insecure, earning Emmy nominations and multi-million-dollar deals with HBO. She's undeniably one of the most powerful voices in American entertainment today. And yet, at the very peak of her success, Issa lives a life that feels almost shockingly modest. Far from the red carpets and luxury estates you'd expect, she lives in a small two-room apartment in Englewood, a quiet neighborhood miles away from Hollywood's glitter. She painted the walls mint green herself, furnished the space with old chairs, and bought her dining table at a flea market. On Saturday mornings, Issa wakes up early, pulls on a beanie, and heads out to browse vintage stalls, hunting for pieces with character instead of price tags. Her car? A 2017 Honda Accord she's driven for years, the faded decals on the back still hanging on. Fame hasn't changed her. She's still the same awkward, genuine girl she's always been. Once, she bought a $10 chair, carried it home herself, reupholstered it by hand, and spent the entire afternoon carefully sewing the edges. In a world obsessed with excess, Issa gravitates toward objects that tell a story, items that feel lived in, personal, and real. Her wardrobe is just as simple: 10 hoodies, 3 pairs of white sneakers, basic jeans. No stylist. No seasonal shopping sprees. She trims loose threads from old event outfits herself, irons her own clothes, and chooses what to wear without pressure or a large team behind her. Her apartment glows with light, not the blinding flash of cameras, but soft sunlight filtering through small windows. Sitting there with a cup of coffee, she once told her friends, "This is real life, not awards ceremonies." Issa Rae proves that even at the heart of Hollywood, it's possible to live simply, humbly, and freely. You don't need extravagance to shine. And this is the real life of Black actors that few people ever get to see. Wealthy, successful, yet surprisingly grounded. If this story surprised you or made you curious, share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos as we continue uncovering the hidden sides of celebrities you thought you already knew.